Hey everyone. Streaming another Terra Mystica game here. It just dropped in the queue. We're about to see what happens. Um, yeah, we haven't played an arena game in a little while again, and we're at rank 15, which is pretty good, but we definitely are hoping to get higher. Deep Finesse has been on a crazy run. He's up to 1790 already, which is pretty good. That can often be fairly competitive even toward the end of a season. Otherwise, some kind of familiar names are rising up toward the top. Um, but we'll see if and when we can get there. The other cool thing that has happened recently is we have briefly gotten back to the number one all-time elo. Good Sorry has dropped off the board, and so we are currently at the top with 723. Again, Deep Finesse has been on an absolutely crazy run. Um, and I don't expect to hold this type of elo for too long, but we will see how things progress. Um, yeah. Otherwise, some other stuff. If you don't tend to watch it, Lumen streams at Lumen S on Twitch, and he also uploads to YouTube. But he does some all expert player commentary stuff, which is really cool. Um, Anyhow, I played in that game again this week with Mike and CS and had a really nice game on Fjords that was super close. Uh, Lost that by only like a point or something, which is totally fine. It was a really cool game with a lot of factions playing really close, so that was fun. Otherwise, we've been trying to muck about with some of our Twitch stuff to see if we actually can figure out how to chat better. And hey, we at least got chat boxes on the screen. Now, the new question is, how annoying is that going to get? I don't know the answer to that. Maybe I'll need to. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna want to leave my chat box, but then we'll figure that out. The upshot is chat will actually show up in on the screen, which is good. I might need to figure out how to display it, but at least we got to that step, which is good for when we ever upload these things later, or for people that watch in full screen mode, because a lot of times I'll respond to things in the chat, but I think people that watch later don't always know what the hell's going on. We are actually queuing with some other experts for once in our life, so that's exciting. This will be actually a pretty strong table, it looks like, but we'll see. I just missed a sweet game with you in Deep Finesse. Dang, yeah, I would have actually liked to be at that table. Oh yeah, you're playing right now. Oh, just missed is a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, not that long ago. But yeah, this would have been a nice table to be at. I've like not really played Deep Finesse. I think I only have played him like once, and it was quite a few months back before he's been on his recent run where I think he's actually playing at like a really, really high level. I think it was just back when he was like pretty good. So you just finished bidding. The bidding went a while. Yeah, especially if you guys weren't going super fast. This does look like a really cool game. You have Orin for 30. That's, I mean, I shouldn't comment too much since you're playing, but I mean, that seems fair. Um, yeah, it'll be an interesting game. I'm increasingly convinced that yeah, Darklings that can get away with this type of expansion stuff though are really good on this map. But if they don't get the center sanctuary town, which I guess they probably won't, I think that's when you have to really be afraid of Darklings on this map. If they can get the center sanctuary plus the expansion here and here, then it's pretty devastating. But yeah, this would have been a cool game to get at. But oh well. Hey, now I have a bunch of chat in my thing though, so I can actually see how obnoxious it is. So the answer is it's pretty obnoxious. So I might need to go like this. How annoying am I gonna, or how annoyed am I gonna be if I'm playing a game like this? It's a little scrunched compared to what I'm used to, but it's not bad. Might run this for today. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, yeah, we do need to play a game again soon. It's been a long time. It's partly I've been streaming a bunch and you've just also been queuing, but we should actually schedule one. I've been trying to think about and also like look into doing what some Illumin does too, with trying to get people on voice. And there's one or two other people I'd like to play with too, so maybe we can get that organized again soon. Curious what else we'll get to. Another Terra Mystica stuff. The new TM Tour season just started, and I'll be curious to see how that plays out. I don't want to say too much just in case my competitors are going to watch later, but thus far, nothing crazy has happened besides the fact I first picked Swarmlings. Even though I don't think this is a great Swarmlings setup, I might be crazy. But otherwise, I'm wrapping up some Fjords League stuff too, but not a lot happening in this one beyond me just needed to advance ship twice to end the game, really. Which, I've had a decent Witches game here, but I'm definitely going to lose this one. Oh, my other game started, which I should pay attention to. And we're first. We have a pretty good table. Simon B is quite good. I don't actually recognize this player, but they were an expert, and I have no idea who Hunter is. I probably should pay attention to some things. We have a fast game, which is nice. We're missing Dwelling Pass Tile. We're missing ship scoring, which tends to mean like shipping a bunch and putting your dwellings out isn't quite as valuable as it normally is. And we're missing Worker Power, which can make it slightly harder to dig early. We have temples, which is kind of good for anybody into digging, mid-game buildings, late-game towns into trading posts. That's okay. Nothing here is incredible, but given that we have both of these tiles and just this track, this is a pretty good Swarmlings open stronghold temple, put a dwelling or two out, get your sanctuary, delay one of your towns to here. Just make 2 towns, make good cults, and hit the pass tiles. So I'll throw in Swarmlings as a fun choice. Yeah, I don't think I've really run into this player, but they're rated fairly highly. I'm curious if they're just on they're not just on a bit of a run necessarily though. They are pretty good, so that's exciting. And then Hunter is the wild card at this table. So I'm going to throw a couple extra points to Swarmlings this game just because they're very safe and hard to disrupt, and with wild card type players, we'll see. That's a pretty big accept. I'm obviously way too far behind, so I don't know what that was in reference to, but that's what I get for not paying super close attention, but that's okay. Oh, accept me first picking Swarmlings. Yeah, sorry, that accept. Yeah. First picking Swarmlings in TM Tour is definitely bold. Honestly, I don't actually expect it to work out for me that well, but I kind of believe Swarmlings are underutilized right now in TM Tour. And just last season, both Lumen and I in D2, we were in the same division. We both got Swarmlings wins out of 4th seat. In D1, Razor Pop won, and it was because of a Swarmlings win as well. So even in the really upper division, Swarmlings played key roles in victory last season. I think it's pretty bold to suggest that Swarmlings should be like first picked, but I kind of want to pick a lot of Swarmlings, even in setups that don't look great for them, just to see how it starts to go. Just because I don't think Swarmlings are seen enough, and every time we've seen them lately on BGA, they're like a monster faction on Board Game Arena currently. Like, they're doing really well in a lot of games, especially on the base map with starting at G6. And so I don't know. I want to take some of that to Snellman more and see how it goes. And I don't really care if I get to D1 or if I stay in D2 anymore, to be honest. I kind of enjoy TM Tour, but it's not really my main competitive focus. So And yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I somewhat am more interested in seeing the meta start to get pushed than I am in purely winning. And so I'm really curious if I just play a lot of Swarmlings games in the upper divisions going forward, what happens. And I'm curious to see how that potentially shifts up what factions are picked, and just also see how well it actually goes. Because, again, based on last season, there was not many Swarmlings picks in D2 or D1, but the people that did pick them tended to have very good games. And so I don't know. I don't know where the future of Swarmlings ends up, but I think they're very underused right now, I suspect, in the top levels of Snellman play. And I think they've been misplayed too much by starting at D5, and I think they try to play it too expansion-y, and I think Logos has really helped crystallize a lot of our thoughts on how they should be played, and I really want to keep hammering that in upper divisions and see how it plays out. I don't really think they're that strong that they're going to get to completely shift up the meta a crazy amount, but I also am not 100% convinced, because I think they've really shifted up the BGA meta in terms of how much they should get bid for in a lot of setups. So they're almost never the worst faction on the board in my experience either. So I'm curious how much Swarmlings can be this kind of broadly versatile faction, even if the track and the past tiles look a bit ugly for them. How bad does it really get? I don't totally know the answer. So we'll see. Anyhow, finally catching up to everything. Hey, hello everybody. Hey, Hubert and Ghostly. I'm trying to actually have a chat box on my screen now, but that means that I've made the game slightly smaller. So if anybody has opinions on that, I'm all ears. As for the actual game itself, we finally have factions. We did get Chaos Magicians, which I was okay with. I think Chaos are okay here. You open Temple and probably just rush the Sanctuary. The rough part is you're not going to get many points here, and you're probably not getting a lot of points here, but trading post late is quite good for Chaos. So it's okay for Chaos, but I don't think it's great. There's not a lot here that I love. They also might fight Swarmlings for the cults, so there's a bit of cult competition here, but Swarmlings usually can win the race to the 2-key town, but depending on how hard Chaos pushes for it, there's a little bit of an issue there. Nomads are okay. They like this map in a variety of ways. I think a late game, or I think a mid-game stronghold can be pretty good for Nomads. We just lost to a Nomads player on stream last week or whatever, so there's definitely those concerns. And then Darklings, as we said, I think are pretty strong on this map, but not if they don't get this Hex. I think this Hex is very key. Darklings can still start here and probably expand through this stuff and up through here, but it often means they're going to need to get 2-ship or even 3-ship by the end of the game, and I think that slows them down a good bit. And I don't... Well, wait, I should slow down. They are still going to get a center Sanctuary town, because they're going to get this Hex and this Hex this game, probably. So that means Darklings are probably pretty good, because you're expecting to see Swarmlings, Darklings, and Chaos probably goes here, so you get a lot of Leech. Darklings get a lot of early Leech. They still get a Sanctuary town. This could still be quite good for Darklings. Lots of extra coins early if you send your first priest off. There is temp ship, so you can leverage some of that too. So I don't hate Darklings by any means. I like Swarmlings a lot still. I don't love Nomads because I don't think Nomads are part of the early Leech party. I'm going to just throw 1 on Swarmlings. I don't think there's any chance they're the worst, and I'll keep thinking. There's a chance I like Darklings more, but the game is not really smaller as we can hide the chat in Twitch. That's true. If you're, depending on what device you're on, you can zoom in. So, depends on what you like. You got a pop-up prohibiting less than 18 viewers. This must be a spicy TM game. Huh, I don't know what that's about, but sure. I don't even have that. I don't know what that's about, but... we see somebody did bid Nomads already. I think that's just definitely wrong, but that's the other supposedly really strong player, so I'm a little curious about that. Simon is quite strong, and they were bidding pretty aggressively with Hunter. Hunter is presumably the wild card at the table. Given the wild card at the table is currently on Swarmlings, I'm even happier to bid Darklings. It's a little bit risky because if it doesn't end up, but I think Darklings are quite good here. Chaos at 30 aren't that bad, but I think the track is pretty bad for Chaos. I don't think it's particularly good game for Nomads, though. You're going to open a temple, maybe get a spade, get a mid-game big building. I guess you can try to hit 2 towns, and you can try to save your trading post for later, but then there's not many pass VP. I guess you get a guaranteed Earth 1, but I don't see where the leech is, so I don't think there's any chance I'm bidding Nomads this game. I'm still pretty content with Swarmlings. I think the Swarmlings game plan is pretty good still. I think you get a lot of early leech. I think I am okay with Darklings being a couple points better than Swarmlings, but it looks like we're just going to bounce back and forth a little. I don't hate Chaos, but I don't love Chaos. I mean, Chaos I'm just going to try to open for a Sanctuary, but the problem is I'm not convinced I get this tile. Darklings might not start with the spade, to be fair, so maybe Nomads are pretty good because they do get to start with the spade. So that part is a pretty big boon, but... Oh, that must be the other web page you have open. Yeah, Ghostly. Huh, okay. The bidding's already over. We have Swarmlings at 26. The other supposedly very strong player wound up on Chaos, and the supposed wild card is Nomads, so that'll be interesting on all of that. I'm pretty sure I'm just starting here, and I'm going to play an abandoned stronghold game as Swarmlings. One of the slight issues with the abandoned stronghold game is that usually I would like the other town to be over here and then up here, but Nomads probably will try for these hexes, which does create a slight issue. So the question is if the stronghold actually should be abandoned, and given there's no green faction in this game, there's a decent argument for aiming for a stronghold town here still. It just requires a bridge and then 4 spades, which is, you know, a decent bit, but it's not awful. So we could just rush Sanctuary Town over here with Stronghold and then try to expand the Stronghold Town during the mid-game rounds. So we'll see. Got Lumen's streaming template. No, I mean, I didn't get his template. I just started finally messing around with my stuff because I think it is really useful to have a chat box on screen for especially when I upload videos to YouTube because people definitely can't tell what I'm talking about. But I think it's, yeah. But anyhow, I do think maybe this is what Lumen does on his streams, huh? And then we just have a slightly smaller screen than I'm used to, which is still not that small. Also, I guess part of the problem is I also guess I could mess around. You guys are, I mean, nobody needs to see the top browser information either. So maybe I can mess around with that someday. I don't know. I probably don't have to. This probably is pretty good. But I'm messing around some stuff with streaming. Obviously, thus far, I've just streamed kind of my own games, and I've just been streaming kind of basic stuff. And yeah, mostly I'm trying to expand a little here and try some stuff out. Anyhow, for this game itself, the game plan remains to open Stronghold and a temple. The temple is probably just for water 1, and then during this round we're going to try to dig and build either a dwelling or 2. And then during this round, we'll try to get a sanctuary for air 1. We would like to get priests to fire in air. Extra workers are very good for Swarmlings on the cult track. We'd like to make use of this pass tile and this pass tile a lot this game. The upshot is nobody else in this game should be super in love with the trading post pass tile, because most players, I think, are going to try to build their trading post late. The big building tile probably will be fairly contested because Darklings will go for a sanctuary possibly in round 1, or they'll go for it in round 3. Nomads will probably go for a stronghold and maybe a sanctuary. Chaos are going to go for an early sanctuary. So the one rough part is everybody's going to kind of want that tile. So it might be a little tricky to get pass points, but we'll see. But that's going to be one of the big kind of challenges in defining parts of our game. Is going to be how much we get to leverage that thing. Darklings decided to start way down here, and then Nomads kind of came over. Chaos are probably going to start here and then kind of carve through here, but Nomads being there is kind of obnoxious for everybody. Nomads last one, I'm not sure where it goes, but with these starting locations, there's A mildly interesting argument to start here and then temp ship over to this stuff later. And you kind of like make a town through here. The main reason to do that is purely because it kind of annoys Darklings. And I think Darklings are in a pretty strong spot when they get to go through like this stuff. Darklings are probably going to have to go through these hexes now to connect, and they're not necessarily going up over here, which is interesting. But given Darklings are over in these areas, I think actually this is still fairly safe, and then maybe still beat... We might still be able to beat Nomads to this hex, especially if we get a temp ship early in the game and decide to double dig up here, which is not wild. And there's really no pressure on these greens now. So yeah, I think this is still the safest spot. I mean, I guess the other wild thing is you start here to try to double dig this hex, but I think that's too dangerous. I think that's too much pressure. So I'm not really sure about this spot for Darklings. On one of our recent streams, I kind of made it clear how important for Darklings I think it is to get on your natural black hexes pretty early. Even for Darklings that can generate a lot of spades, it's useful to be able to build on natural blacks to leverage your economy. And so not leveraging this area as Darklings, I think, leads to slower games. We'll see, though. We'll see how many spades Darklings manages to get early and what they do. They at least have single digs here now. I'm assuming they're still going to try to double dig through this stuff, but we really hope Chaos start here. I think this is kind of where they have to go. Chaos could try to start here this game. It's a bold gamble, though, because they really have to get double dig to either take this hex, or this hex. But truthfully, if we start here and Chaos start here, I'm not sure I'm going to stop them. But they do wisely just pick this spot. So the Leech Party is here, and Nomads literally doesn't have a neighbor. Nomads is probably going to have to dig this. They do get the spade because Darklings are going for the big building tile. I suspect this means Darklings is going to try an all-out blitz for their Sanctuary, which I don't hate Darklings that go for Sanctuary openings, but I kind of hate Darklings that go for Sanctuary openings when it completely kills their economy. I don't think it's great for them, but I'm expected to see Darklings do that. So they're going to try for the workers, which means I'm probably going to try to take the coins from them to at least make sure Darklings doesn't run away with anything too good. Nomad should almost guaranteedly take the spade, which then Chaos leaving us the priest would be the best. If Chaos takes the priest, I probably take 4 coins and a cult step. I think a cult step for Swarmlings is probably worth more than the 2 extra coins, but it's close, but we'll see. Wondering out loud, do swarms ever get spade block in round 1 and 2, leading to not enough workers to build dwelling and act S in round 2? So it is possible that can happen if you play it a little ugly. And as NerdCube's saying, I think that is the way they can absolutely get killed. You have to kind of get spades in the early round. So I do agree with that. It can happen. I just think I think with careful and reasonable play, you can avoid it. But it is a concern. Nomads takes the priest and not the spade, which is, I cannot stress enough how wrong that is. But, oh well. Chaos might not take the spade, which might mean we get it, which is so wrong. And yet, I'm not going to complain about just getting handed a spade. Nomads maybe still takes it, because Chaos might still take it, because maybe they try to bridge, and then they can open Temple and 2 dwellings. Which is a pretty good opening for Chaos, actually. If you open Temple, 2 dwellings. The problem is I really don't like delaying the Sanctuary to round 3. It's such a useful economic building. I would actually really be happy if Chaos did just take coins and rushed for their Sanctuary. Because that would tend to mean they're going to take the workers away from Darklings, in which case Darklings starting with 2 workers is like fine, but underwhelming to me. Nomad's not taking the spade is utterly baffling, though. But again, they're the wild card at the table, right? Chaos does still take the spade. That's a real shame. I think that's probably correct. The spade tile is just like the strongest option. But this is a wild start. Like, people are not doing things that make sense. And Hunter's looking like he's finally realizing that he has no neighbors and he was supposed to take the spade and join us all. But This is where I think I do take 4 coins and a cult step. The main reason to take the cult step is just because it later gets me more bonuses. It lets me stall out a bit more. It might get me a little power. And all of that is worth a decent bit compared to 2 coin difference. So I think I will go with that. And then I just start upgrading here, obviously. Chaos Magicians with a Spade are almost certainly going to go for the Temple, Bridge, and 2 Dwellings line I was talking about. Which means I'm not sure who's taking Spade power actions, because Nomads literally cannot. Like, they're not going to get power. They're like they're in a really bad spot. I cannot, like, it's, so they're gonna go up Earth Track. So they can at least take single dig, but I don't think anybody's contesting double dig. So I suspect this is a Swarmlings opening where I'm gonna take double dig, and still just open for a temple. But we'll see. And Hunter's like kind of, I don't know what Hunter's up to, but he's not answering questions. He's just giving us faces. I'm just going to go for Stronghold, maximize Leech here. Nomads is the weakest player. I agree, but this is really baffling Nomads play. Like, I get that the Priest to Earth is very valuable. Like, it gets paid out 3 times, but it's nowhere near as good as the Spade would have been, obviously, but it's okay. A wildcard Nomads can be scary for other players. I agree. So part of why I said I wanted to bid extra on Swarmlings this game is purely because it's much harder for a wildcard player to like really impact you when you're going for only 7 structures and not caring about network and stuff. So Nomads are just going to upgrade the expensive way. That's fair enough, but it's obviously expensive. If I was Nomads, I would have taken single Spade there and come right to the center and then upgraded here. Although I'm kind of glad they're not doing that, because that's even more leech for Darklings that I don't want to give them. Darklings at this point look like they can... I'm not even sure they can eke out a Sanctuary start, in which case I'm pretty content to not let them get away with that. So, I think my next action is going to be take the Priest if Darklings doesn't take it here. I think I can get away with taking a Priest and double digging in this opening. Not sure. One of the downsides of going for the temple opening is that I can't actually build the dwellings I'm going to dig, because I'm not going to have enough workers. But I don't think I really care. I also have to debate if I want this hex when I double dig. My initial thought was to just double dig these hexes and set up for the Sanctuary Town, because I still kind of am going for an abandoned stronghold. But there is an argument for Swarmlings here. Maybe I do build a dwelling and I build it here and then I make a temple here. Building a temple here means that I could Sanctuary Town on these hexes. Which is not a bad plan. But regardless, I think I just take the Priest. The Priest comes back with 2 extra coins now. It comes with workers. It comes with temple on cult treks. I currently can't double dig. Chaos could double dig on me, but given they have the Spade and nowhere to really go, I don't really care. Why I play Nomads, what's happened. Yeah, Hunter doesn't really seem to know what's up, which is fine. Chaos is just going for the 2 more dwellings. Makes total sense. We'll see. Darklings already have power to make Sanctuary. So Darklings have the ability to Sanctuary, right? But it's really ugly. Like, I can't stress enough how much I dislike it. Now, if they're able to get the coin's power action, it's fine. But I've made this argument before that I think Darklings that like completely go for Sanctuary opening, it's okay. But the only time when I'm really scared of a Darklings that is opening with their Sanctuary is when they actually have like a big resource edge into the next round and stuff. Just opening Sanctuary isn't enough to like really terrify me. And so if they wind up with like no power going into the next round and no extra resources, I don't think it's that great. When Darklings are able to start with this tile, take a worker's action and a coin's action, and still open their Sanctuary, then I get a lot more concerned. Now, to be fair, Darklings maybe still does eke out the coin's power action, because if they go Priest to Earth and Earth 2, then they can wield the coins, and I'm probably not taking the coins anymore. So there could still be an issue, in which case then I'll be a lot more scared about this, but we'll see. Yeah, I am starting to realize that Darklings is going to be able to take the coins if nobody else takes them, and that's when it is actually going to be pretty strong, because then they do get a ton of coins over the first couple rounds, and if they go Earth 2, Earth 1, it is going to be pretty good. So that is a concern here. It's a serious concern. But I'm not sure I'm going to do anything about it. I don't hate our start by any means either. We're about to get 6 more power still from Darklings if they do open their Sanctuary. But yeah, Darklings could be too good depending on what they do. Nomads also does have the ability to take this Hex on us now. Do I care if my stronghold is completely abandoned? I think the answer is no. I think I'm okay if I get an abandoned stronghold game. So I'm just going to send Priest to Fire and kind of delay some other decisions. I'm going Priest to Fire. Even though the Earth coins give me 2 extra coins, I prefer to take 3 spots here. I don't expect to be particularly coin tight this game, and getting more workers is always really good. You hate the H3 start over D5. Yeah, so the other thing I don't like about Darklings is that they started here rather than here. So I'm still not like super afraid, but we'll see. I hoped you would have went to that middle red spot. I need a lot of leech. Yeah, Nomads going here would have been quite good for Darklings. Nomads does wisely take this spot. Makes a ton of sense. It's good. That's generally good for us. Here comes Earth 2, presumably. And there is Earth 2. So here comes the real decision point. Giving Darklings coins is very nice. We could take coins here. If we take coins, I'm not sure we get double dig this round, but I think we get the double dig next round. What did Chaos Magicians take? They took Earth 2, so they're not going to have enough power for it. Nomads isn't going to have enough power for it. The only way Chaos has enough power for it is if they pass for Tempship, which I guess they could. And then they could double dig. That's actually not wild for Chaos, because they would double dig this hex and reach there. Do we care if we just get single dig next round? Not really. Is there a chance we get the spade tile if we do that? I think so. So the question is Darklings on a good enough path that I feel compelled to slow them down? I think the answer is yes. Plus, I might still get double dig, right? So let's keep using all of our time here, because why not? If I do this, I'm gonna burn 2 power, so I'll have what? Burning 2 power means there's only 6 left here, and then 4 in this bowl. I'm gonna get 3 more leech from Darklings when they do their thing, and then I can get 2 more. That's 5. 5 plus 6 is 1 short of double digging. And if I take water 1, I still will be short of double digging this round. I think I'm okay with that. I think denying the coins to Darklings is potentially that important. Plus, it's never wrong to have a ton of coins. This might not be right, but I'm going to do it. And Simon's asking if I was taking them coins, yeah. Taking the coins is questionable, but I think forcing Darklings to convert 3 power to 3 coins and not getting, you know, not being able to get 3 extra coins essentially for nothing is useful here. It doesn't slow them down that much, but I think it is meaningful long term. It forces Darklings to use a lot of power on not a power action early, and that's when I think the Sanctuary start is not that strong. Darklings look easily ahead if they get the coins. Yeah, so Simon B is quite strong. There are, to be honest, I think Simon B is the strongest player at the table besides us. I don't know anything about this player. They're rated pretty highly though, so I mean, I guess. But I did forget Nomads was going to get a power, and that they produce power, so they could have passed for temp ship and got double dig. That would have been a bit annoying, but luckily they decide they need a lot of coins. We're definitely playing with fire here in terms of getting our spades, and as we said earlier in this chat, like NerdCube said, one of the guaranteed ways Swarmlings can have a bad game is getting no spades early and having to do like awkward things like double dig. So, you know, gotta love that we're possibly doing some dumb stuff, but it's fun. We're doing wild things. The other option for us that's not absolutely awful is you can take Earth 2 as Swarmlings, but I don't know if I like that, but it's an option. Is this where Ondas would say double Temple Darklings? Oh, so there's no way to upgrade cheaply here, but given that this is a Temple event and then there's a Sanctuary event, I mean, maybe, but yeah, I mean, this tile kind of negates that. I think Sanctuary is still better, but Sanctuary is more coins expensive, right? So the upshot is like Darklings got a ton of power early, and they've translated into not as much because we stopped them from this. Darklings aren't going to be able to take a coins power action for a while. They're not going to be able to take a priest power action for a while. They're not going to be able to take a worker power action for a while. So it's going to slow them down a bit. They do very interestingly go double econ. I think that's actually pretty smart. I'm really impressed with Simon there. I think that's a great choice because I think they can fairly reliably rush for a temple in round 3 for Earth 1 because we're not, like, it doesn't look like Nomads or me are really going to contest Earth 1 this game. So I think that was pretty savvy. I'm gonna finally use this. I've decided I am just going temple still, and I'll have no dwellings on the board, which a little risky, but I'll be right back too. I've let Loki chew on a bone for a long time again, and I should take him back. Hey, buddy. Good boy. All right, that was a long first round from us. Lots of tricky and confusing decisions in that round in terms of setting up our game and not letting other players have too much. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm curious what Chaos Magicians are going to go for next round. Personally, I would still just go for a Sanctuary. I think Sanctuary is so good economically that waiting for 5 points is probably not worth it, but they might. So we'll see. They do go temp ship. That suggests to me heavily that they are going to take double dig next round. Given that that's the case, I probably am going to take single spade this round just to guarantee us a hex for next round. Because I think there's a chance next round could go something like single dig, double dig. And us getting spade blocked is pretty awful. Now, if we get the spade pass tile, then we're fine. But Darklings does just take the spade pass tile, which makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm gonna wind up single digging here just for safety's sake. I'll move up Fire Track for some more power here, I think is the play. Yeah. I'm gonna temple. I am just gonna take water 1. I'm gonna try for just a water 1, air 1 game plan. And then I'm going to wind up passing for this tile anyhow. So we're going to have 1, 2 workers, 3, 4 workers, 5 workers. If we can get 2 more workers next round, we can go Sanctuary next round, which I absolutely would do. So I think single digging here is fine. And then hoping we get a workers power action next round is pretty reasonable. So I'm going to take this hex. I don't think there's any way Darklings are rushing to this hex, but I think this is what I want the most. I mean, I don't hate having this hex, but it's way too risky to let Nomads blow up our game, so. And then we can't build, but that's okay. We can build on it next round. And we pass for the big building tile. There's tons of coins in the game currently, which is great. Our power is at a level that's a little problematic, but a priest to water gets us just enough power to take the workers. And I'm not sure anybody else wants the workers. Maybe nomads, but nomads doesn't really need them. It's hard to say what they're going to do, right? But I'll definitely take priest to water here if I'm able to. Priest to air is nice long term for the workers, but priest to water is too good right now for the 3 power it gets us. And then 3 power would let me take 2 workers, and that would be enough stuff to build dwelling, sanctuary for air 1. And that would be really good for us. A sanctuary for air 1 here lets us pretty reliably build our 2 key town in round 3. Which we are kind of fighting Chaos Magicians for the 2 key town probably. And I would really like to win it. And then the rest of our game can go towards building this second town for round 5. And just trying to spam the pass tiles. I think there's a pretty good shot that we get this pass town to the next round. The only person that might try to get this pass town on us is Chaos Magicians. Because they might be going for 2 trading posts and a sanctuary at the end of next round. But we'll see. I've kind of been expecting Chaos Magicians to double dig this hex and then temp ship over here. But they could double dig this hex, I guess, and then build here. Either of those makes sense. If they build next to us, we're actually pretty happy. Again, I'm pretty on board with the abandoned strongholds this game. I don't super want to try to build through here. And I'm very happy to just build this and then try to beat nomads to this hex so that I can have this town. But we'll see. Overall, I think our game is still in a pretty good spot. The only slight downside is, I mean, we paid about the same points as Darklings and Chaos, and I don't think there's any reason to think we're clearly ahead of them. I don't think there's any reason to think we're clearly behind them, but I mean, Darklings have opened quite a strong economy, and despite us denying them some extra resources, it is still fairly scary that they have a sanctuary up. It does look pretty likely that Darklings will get Water 1. I think the main hope for Darklings to not run away with this game is that Darklings would get Water 1 blocked. But I don't really trust the Nomads player to enforce anything this game, so we'll see. I am still going to send Priest to Water, as what I argued was the most important, and I think that's still true. Job and Chung is saying that we're making this game so hard. I did miss, what did Chaos do with their first action actually? Oh, they collected coins. I missed that. That's smart, but they didn't take double dig, which is kind of surprising. Do I want double dig in the dig round if I'm offered it? What did Chaos take this for if they're not going to use it? Are they just going to advance ship so they can build here? And I actually don't totally know why Chaos took that, but it's okay. You think Chaos beats us to double key town, which is a bit of a problem? Yes, it is a problem if they do that, but it does look like they're shipping a bunch, right? Yeah, I think they're going to advance ship and build some dwellings, which suggests to me that they're not going to actually be able to beat us to the 2-key town. But we'll see. Um, I think we're going to have Sanctuary and a trading... Oh, they are going trading post. Are they going... They're going to go second temple and then Sanctuary? That's... ugly. So the main downside to this is it means Chaos are probably going to play much cultier than I want them to, and probably will race us to the 2-key town, because it almost certainly means Chaos is just going to take Fire 2 next round, and they will beat us to the 2-key town. So that part's annoying. The upshot is, even if I take an 8-point town, I'm already on step 6 on both of these cults, so I still can probably just win 2 cults. I'll probably not do much on Earth, but Earth is already kind of a mess, and then I can hopefully like pick up a first, and a second, even if Chaos takes the 2-key town, in which case I don't care much. I think I'm supposed to still go Sanctuary this round, but there is a part of me wondering if I should just build this and make it a trading post and save the Sanctuary for next round. Although given I have this tile, that doesn't really make much sense. And the Sanctuary comes with points via Air 1. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I should just do the Sanctuary here. We are going down to 6 power tokens, which is fine. I don't love it. I like keeping more with Swarmlings just because we're going to overflow on power later, but there's not a lot of ways to avoid that right here. And this gives us some really strong starts still, I think. So this is fine. Chaos Magician's going for this temple is... it's fine. It's just... Gosh, it's definitely ugly for us. I don't know if it's that bad for them, but given that they have temp shipping this round, I think it is pretty bad for them to not use it. Maybe they are still going to use it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just built a trading post and they're going to double dig and build these 2 hexes now. I don't know. Nomads are taking this hex, which is surprising to me. Chaos does now advance ship. So they built the trading post just so they can rush the 2-key town next round with Sanctuary, and they're going to take Fire 2. If they take Fire 2, I really don't like that game plan. But maybe they're going to go Sanctuary and still just build another trading post. But I don't think they're going to have enough workers for that. Maybe they will. Oh, they will. I see. So they're going to try to build... Well, wait, they can only build 1 more dwelling now? Unless they do dig? I don't know. I'm going to keep throwing my hands up. I don't know what they're doing. We'll just see what they're doing. I'm very intrigued, but Darklings have managed to get Sanctuary and 3 dwellings out. That's good. They're getting a lot of Earth cult coins here, which is also good. Can't be too sad about what they're up to. We basically just build this dwelling, upgrade, and see where we're at. A second temple with Chaos here, it is bad as long as they can get another dwelling out. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going second temple anymore. I think I'm not sure what the trading post is for, to be honest. I don't really like building a trading post early, usually, with most factions. Because I think worker economy is so important. And if you're taking a coins power action in particular, and there's so many coins on the pass tile here, like there's just coins everywhere early in this game, and there's not workers early. So I personally would aim for more worker production early, but I think the trading post is just so they have more tempo on us in terms of racing the 2-key town next round, and I think they're going to race for Fire 2 in order to get it, in which case, again, good for them, but like that's selling out a lot in order to win cults. When you're taking Fire 2 instead of taking Water 1 or Air 1, you're giving up points in a lot of different ways, but if that's what they want to do, I'm going to let them do it. But Chaos Magicians that don't take Fire 1 and Air 2 and stuff, and they're delaying their Sanctuary now. The best part about Chaos Magicians is double favors, right? That's like their whole ability. They get 2 favor tiles, and it's really good. And to not use it is sad. Wow, so slowing down Team Darkleads has really taken off. I thought for sure Chaos Magicians would go here too, but they do still double dig, but they choose here, which is pretty shocking. I would have taken this hex if I was Chaos. This hex does make sense because then I still, like, this hex is rushing me the 2-key town when I build Sanctuary without having to go Fire 2 or building another trading post that I don't really want to build yet. That's an interesting choice from Chaos, but it's okay. Anyhow, I don't really like Chaos Magicians delaying Sanctuary. I get that it's 5 more points next round and it's fine, but I don't know. The best part about Chaos to me is leveraging these double favor tiles early. And especially if Chaos is going to take like Water 1, Fire 2 next round or something. I don't know. We'll see what they do. I shouldn't judge the game too much, but I'm not totally sure I like what they're planning, but that's okay. Pass tile wise, I'm expecting Chaos might take this tile still. But that means that we get the Spade then, which is fine. It's not great for us, but it's fine. We do already have Water 1. Yeah, this is okay. They reach that red anyway if they dig the green. Yeah. So that's, yeah. So Weber, the reason I'm saying take this is because you still reach the red with temp shipping, but this also helps your town aspirations. Now, this helps your second town more, and they probably are worried about their second town, so fair enough. But whatever. We get our Sanctuary up. We get an Air 1. We got our little point scoring engine set up. We pass for 10 points here. We pass for some points every round. This is our best case tile. The Spade is our second best tile. The Spade might even be better. The awkward part is we don't actually have that much power into the next round, so generating the Spade is still a little tough right now. But it's okay. Nomads have built up way too much too. Nomads trading post this round was quite wrong. Nomads could have built another like 2 dwellings and had a lot better worker income. Instead, Nomads economy is nowhere near where it should be, but oh well. No shipping past tile either. Yeah, so exactly. Chaos chose to advance ship instead of securing a priest anywhere. So like if Chaos is gonna rush the 2-key town on us, it also means that we're gonna get priest to air, in which case like, yay, you got the 2-key town, but we got all the 3 spots. So like, I don't know. Any of that seems about equivalent. We do get our preferred pastel for points. I am beginning to realize there's going to be a slight issue in terms of spades, but Nomads presumably aren't going to take power spades, and neither should Darklings. And I think Chaos are going to rush other things. I think we'll be okay. But we're running a little on edge in terms of spades again. But we'll make it work. There are enough ways that we can get around things here that will survive. We could, well, no, we really can't do that first. So we'll see what happens. It looks like Chaos pretty much are going to just rush a Sanctuary. If Chaos takes Sanctuary for Fire 2, just so they beat us to the 2-key town, I think it's quite bad, but we'll see. Nomads takes Workers, which is fine. It doesn't really concern me. I think actually my priority this round is Priest to Air. I think Priest to Air is just that valuable in terms of all the good cult stuff it does for us. Not to mention all the power it gives me so that I can actually threaten a dig power action. So I think that's my preference. Darklings here, I think I would just take more coins if I'm them. I mean, I've been saying there's tons of coins in this game, but like, I think if I'm Darklings, I think I take coins. I think I just temple for Earth 1. And then I build another dwelling or 2. But they go for the priest power action, which I'm okay with too. I don't like hate it, but anytime you're not taking coins as Darklings, I think you have to question what you're up to. I think coins are just generally the limiting factor in Darklings games. They could easily go to 3 priest production around. They can't so easily get tons of coins without killing their economy. But again, there's lots of coins on the pastels, and I guess that's all Darklings really want too. So I don't know. It was probably fine. But Weber, yeah, you're saying take coins. Yeah, I would have. But This way gives Chaos pretty good triple town dreams. Yeah, so I mean, I think the main advantage for Chaos here is that they're hoping for triple towns. And Chaos does send the Priest to air. That's good on them. That's annoying for us. If we could rush this spade, we would be happy, but we can't. We're expecting to get power from Chaos, but it hasn't happened yet. I could send another Priest to fire here. That at least gives us enough to thread and double dig, or single dig, which is all I really need. Double dig doesn't even do me a ton here. Double dig would let me dig this, which I still am like on the edge about, caring about. But Priest to fire is probably the smartest play here. I kind of want to send a Priest to air, but I don't really need to anymore. I've completely given up Earth Cult. I don't care about Earth Cult. But yeah, I think Priest to fire here then is the right play. I think that's fine. We should probably be able to go for double or advancing dig next round. We're gonna have so many workers to fuel digging that's workers are no longer our problem going forward. We also just need coins. Yeah, things still look pretty good over here. If we're going to get beat, there's another question that I forgot to be asking, but I probably should have been. If we're going to get beat to the... If we're getting beat to the 2-key town, does it even make sense to rush a town this round? Or is the better play to actually just build here and set up to hit both of our towns in the town round? It might be worth delaying our town to get the 5 points out of it. If we go fast enough, we might be able to get back on this tile too, which would be the best case scenario this round. Darklings are starting to build up. I'm assuming they are still going Temple for Earth 1. I don't totally know what the Priest is about yet, but we'll find out. Chaos does dig up to here. Chaos is not rushing a town, but I guess they don't need to because they can still Sanctuary and they can still make the town if they want to. Yeah, Chaos is kind of forcing us to commit to where we're putting our spade, which is sad. I think I am just going to go for a town. I'm hoping Chaos is the sort of player that's trying to set up for multiple towns in the town round and that they don't care that much about the 2-key town. Personally, I don't super love Chaos going for Fire 2 here. Chaos going for Fire 2 is underwhelming. When you could be taking Water 1, Air 1 type stuff instead. I mean, I guess it gets you the 2-key town, but again, how valuable is that? I don't know. But yeah, I guess I just go here. It's not that bad for us to build a town this round regardless, but it's definitely preferred if we get the 2-key town. The 2-key town just gives us such cult domination. Whereas Chaos getting the 2-key town and suddenly there's like actual races again. Simon is saying that he has zero clue what Nomads is going to do, and I agree. I don't know what Nomads is doing, and so that's very stressful in terms of like where you're going to go. Chaos is doing a pretty good job of expanding, although not being on some of this still is interesting. This is Earth 1, I would assume. Nomads also made a temple for Earth 1 finally, which makes enough sense. Nomads can build a couple dwellings at least. Darklings do go for Earth 1, makes enough sense. Here's where we see what Chaos does. Chaos should take the coins before going for their Sanctuary. Would be the best case for them, right? But if they're racing us to the town, then... But they do take the coins, so we do get 2-key town. They didn't care. Okay, well that's a good break for us. We take 2-key town here very willingly. We have super good cult econ now because we have tons of workers and we don't need much else. We're going to 100% pass for this tile in a sec. We're being offered a 3-for-2 leech and we're about to be offered another. Normally at this stage of the game, I'm a little on edge if I want these, but I'm taking it here for the simple reason that I currently produce 8 power, but I can't. So by accepting this leech and converting some of it into coins, I'm really getting like 5 power for 2 points here, which is obviously still a good enough deal. 3 for 2 is already still on the edge of being a fine enough deal. The main reason it's not super exciting for us is because our aspirations are really to just build one more town. And so we're aiming for like a low footprint game. We're not expecting much out of network. Although we should reconsider network because nomads are doing pretty bad. So we should maybe try to get third on network still. But Darklings are taking this hex, and I presume that means they're going to ship up to this stuff, which I'm okay with. I think Darklings they're still in a good spot, but I think they've kind of been slowed enough. I'm not super concerned. It does look like Chaos is going to build their sanctuary here, and that does mean that we get to go back onto our favorite tile, which is also like a really big break for us. Here's where I have to consider if I want to accept this. This is just a pure 3 for 2, and I don't think I want to keep throwing points away for power because I'm just converting them into coins, and I'm already going to be at the situation here where I'm just putting coins into nothingness. So I'm going to decline this one. Given that we earn 8 power, all I care about is taking a coin's power action at the start of next round because I'm going to advance dig. I'm never going to use power for spades again, so no one wanted the priest. I should have taken the coins. I mean, yeah, Simon, you definitely should have taken the coins. But we see how quickly Darklings had that huge pile of coins at the start of the round, and he's already having the reverse issue. If he has too much power, not enough coins, and he has a priest that he didn't really need, and that was definitely a mistake from him. Again, we have 8 power to earn, so if we do this, we can earn... Actually, we just convert all these, right? Yeah, and then we earn 3 and 3 and 2 more. Yep, so we do this, and we pass for the big building tile, and our game is going pretty damn swimmingly. Again, we're going to take a coin's power action to start the next round. So we'll see. Anyhow, what else has been saying? I think Nomad Sandstorm E4 pretty quick and connect easy enough. Is E4 this thing? Probably. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. You're right. But they should have... But they just Sandstorm or red instead. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Nomads admittedly should have just taken this round instead of this. So I agree. Who knows what Nomads is actually doing? Again, they're the wild card in this game, so we'll continue to just all find out what they're up to. Chaos is definitely angling for another... They're angling for 2 towns in the town round, at least, and possibly more, which is fine. Nomads take temp ship. That does mean Nomads are going to get up here, which is problematic for us. We don't actually want Nomads up here necessarily. It might mean that we are going to settle for building here and then needing a bridge. This might still be the smarter play anyhow, actually, right? Because this is the easier town spot still, even with the bridge included in it in the cost. The only slight concern is needing the bridge, but I don't know. Darklings getting cut off here was annoying, but it does look like Darklings are going to be left this sanctuary town, unless Nomads decides to bomb it, which they might. Again, they're complete wild cards, like who knows. But I mean, even these hexes, actually, Darklings could go for a sanctuary town, so we'll see. There might be some bridge pressure left in the game, though. Darklings have ended round 3 with sanctuary, temple, and 4 dwellings. That's pretty good, but it's not the worst. Chaos did wisely just go for water 1, air 1, so despite all my complaining and concerning that they were going to be the sort of folks to take fire 2 and ruin us and all that, they didn't. So that's also quite good for us. Our cults game, it looks like nobody's at all going to fight us on these 2 cults. We already said we don't really care about Earth Cult, so it's mostly we probably send a priest to air, although we have a lot of uses for our priests this round, so One thing to really show off in this game right now is how useful those 4 workers from the cults just were. Swarmlings, it tends to be hard to get your worker economy rolling. It's just so expensive to build your dwellings and really get that dwelling economy going, especially because your big buildings are so efficient in terms of what they do for you. So cult workers are really good for Swarmlings. And so, yeah, that's part of why things look so rosy right now for us. My next steps are to just advance digs a couple of times. Kind of annoyingly, our pass tile that we really like is sitting here again. But given that trading post scoring isn't until the final round, there's a chance that nobody really wants it again. So it'd be sweet if we could get back onto it, but I can't afford to rush it. So I'm just going to advance dig twice. I might even advance ship and then just build our town up here. I might still just... I could even build this town, right? I don't have to actually get a bridge necessarily. Because I have enough workers to just plow through these hexes, I think. Maybe I don't. I might be saying I have more workers than I actually do. Once I advance dig twice, I have 8 workers. This would take 4 workers to build on. This would actually take 5 workers to build on. I don't actually even have that many workers, so I'm lying a bit about how aggressive I can go. But Nomads takes this, which was what we were thinking they would do to connect. So network is a lost dream again, but that's okay because we were never really expecting to have network hopes this game. But I do think that means we can pretty safely, I think, go for this town now. This town is still an option too, but with Nomads still... Oh, no, Nomads did use their Sandstorm. So we could still go for this one, but there's not a lot of reason to go for this one over this one when we... Part of the problem with this town is that I want to make the town next round, but it doesn't work very well, so... Yeah, I think it is go through here is the better plan. Overall, yeah, I think things look really good for us again. Getting on this tile would be the absolute dream at the end of this round. But I just don't know if we will. Darklings does go for securing this town space, so they are going to want a bridge, but they probably can take it this round. We'll start advancing digs. If Chaos gets sloppy, I could swipe that Grand Town there. Yeah, I agree. I've also been paying attention that this is an option still for a town. But I assume Chaos would see us coming. Ooh, they go for a stronghold. That's bold. That's fun. I don't think it's good, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst stronghold. Chaos definitely needs to take this, but if Chaos passes without securing this hex, I am kind of tempted to come through here for the town. The problem is I need to build these 3 hexes, and I don't actually think I have enough workers for that. I also think Chaos does want this pass tile now. Because I think Chaos Magicians are going to... I don't think Chaos Magicians are going to temple for Fire 2. I think they're going to just build a trading post and a trading post for their towns. Which really kind of has them building stuff in the wrong rounds, but it's okay. Darklings does secure another town location. So, I mean, Darklings have 2 towns lined up. But their whole overall economy isn't the best. It does look like Darklings are probably still going to take Water 1, though. So, I mean, they're in a good spot. They would be in a better spot if they had even more coins, but they know that. We all know that, so. We just advance dig again. And then we have some real decisions. Given that Chaos aren't expanding very much, and we're going to get a bunch more cult workers, I do think I might still just actually aim for... Well, never mind. Chaos are here now. Okay. I was about to say I was going to maybe aim for digging out these hexes, but... I missed that Chaos are at 2 shipping. But Chaos aren't doing anything here now. So, do I want to come here for the town? Not super bad. The main reason I still want to go for this town is purely because I can actually hit it with some regularity next round. The difficulty in this sort of town is that I have to build 4 dwellings. I get 2 free trading posts, but then I'm still 1 structure behind, so then I have to like build another dwelling. Whereas if I just go for the stronghold town, I don't have to. The problem with the stronghold town is it requires a bridge, but Nomads has 2 towns without a bridge. Darklings need a bridge, but they should just take it this round. So I don't know who's going to take a bridge power action on me next round. But I guess we can wait and find out who we get surprised by. I think my next move is to just build here. I think this town is still the play. I don't love it, especially because I can't take a bridge this round, and so I'm really relying on the bridge next round. But the thing I can do is I can kind of hedge my bets by taking and building this hex. I can advance ship and build this hex, and then I can build a trading post here, and then that way I can always settle for trying to blitz across these hexes for my town, because I think I can beat Nomads to these hexes at least for town space. And so I kind of am like, yeah, I kind of am giving myself options that way. The only slightly sad thing is I really wanted to send another priest to air this round, but I think it's okay to just advance ship and build this. Chaos didn't secure this hex, but they're not taking the trading post tile. Darklings also didn't take their bridge yet. The fact that this thing is still there is tempting for us to just rush that. If we... Oh. Is this water 1? Oh my god, it's going to be water 1, isn't it? Please be water 1. Block Darklings for water 1. Do it for me. I think Darklings getting blocked from water 1 would be pretty big this game. I think that would slow them down a good amount. I would really like Nomads to take water 1. And it's fire 1. So a 6 coin fire 1 is not very good, but I get it. Nomads really needs coins, but water 1 was clearly better there for them. But water 1, like, Nomads are going to wind up building these trading posts almost certainly, even if they have to do awkward things in terms of pass tiles and stuff. And so they just passed on a 12-point water 1 for 6 coins. And when it's phrased that way, you can tell it's not the right choice, but oh well, it's okay. But Darklings being left a copy of water 1 still is pretty nice for them. I guess I'm not totally sure they can easily afford water 1 is the only upshot, but given that Nomads want so many coins, I assume they're going to take 6 coins rather than this tile. I think Darklings still have enough things to be doing that it might be correct to just build our trading post and get the hell out of this round. That is, if we pass in front of Darklings, I think we get the bridge, because Chaos are not opening next round with the bridge. Chaos are going to take coins. Nomads might not even have power for bridge, and this is the only bridge they could want, and it's a really dumb bridge. Just use coins for power, right? Like, yeah, use power for coins. So the question is, do Darklings pass with their next action? I think it's unlikely, but I guess it is possible. But I think Darklings want to build a trading post. Like, the trading post is purely just giving them economy. I think they want to take a bridge too, but I could be wrong. This is a bit risky. I'm going to do it. I don't know. It might be wrong. I might come to regret this, but I'm doing it. There's also definitely a risk to building this bridge and then just watching Chaos like hard dig this hex on us, but I don't think they care that bad. And if that happens, the worst case scenario is I can still like wind up building another town by settling for building towns up here. It doesn't, like, Nomads, while they had temp ship and I was worried they were going to come up here, it looks like Nomads aren't going to completely ignore these hexes this game. So Yeah. You know your game's not going well if you're taking Fire 1 in round 4? Yeah, I mean, taking Fire 1 in round 4 is just so not correct. The only way Fire 1 in round 4 is correct is if you're like maybe Chaos Magicians, if they for some reason still wanted to build another temple, right? Like it wouldn't be crazy, I guess, for Chaos to do it, but Nomads taking it over Water 1 is obvious nonsense. Wow, but they take the Trading Post tile. God. Okay. So they're the real wild cards this game. It does not make sense for Nomads to take Fire 1 in order to like make coins and then go for this pass tile. That's not a cohesive game plan. They could take 6 coins, which they have just said, like by taking Fire 1, they said 6 coins was better than however many points this was. But now when they were forced to just make the same choice, they said, however, like this is 4 points or 6 points for them is not as good as 6 coins anymore. Which, who could have predicted that? Darklings did what was predicted. They just built a trading post, and I think they're still going to take a bridge. I think we still now have to pass because it's the only way we can guarantee the bridge. And we just pass for 6 coins. The downside is that means we hand Darklings the pass tile, which I don't like. But I need to guarantee that bridge now. Not getting this pass tile is pretty big blow to us, but I guess we haven't been hit by Team Wildcard yet, so we deserved to be, but that was annoying. Pretty unforeseeable that that's what they would choose, but oh well. Yeah, we're just going to take all the coins at least, but Water 1 and 6 coins would be so good for Nomads, which is exactly the opposite of what they did. Completely agreed. Like, taking Water 1 so that Darklings could never get it, and then passing for 6 coins is such a better sequence for us and for Nomads. And the exact opposite happens, and that's really a bad break for us. Like, so I've been lucky thus far in Arena to not be paired at tables with other strong players and one kind of weak wildcard player that's just throwing the game back and forth. But this is the sort of game why I don't necessarily play a ton of Arena, and I try to just schedule games against other experts, because it is pretty annoying to watch the game kind of just be thrown back and forth between people based on just kind of nonsensical moves that are unpredictable, but happens. Darklings does take this tile, which makes sense because it's points and we denied them coins, but to be honest, I think 6 coins might have been better for Darklings. Like, yikes, their economy is still very coin short. They're gonna have to take coin towns. I wasn't paying attention to our power production. It looks like I maybe should have converted a power to a coin, so I might have cost ourselves a little bit there, so I'm sorry, team. I'll build this bridge and just assume Chaos Magicians doesn't hate me enough to take this hex for no good reason. I think that's a gamble we win, but it's definitely a gamble I don't want to be taking that much. But I guess the alternative is I could advance ship and then just dig and build this and then take the bridge. I don't think anybody else is taking a bridge this round. But ultimately, if I build this bridge and Chaos blocks this, oh well, I'll survive. This almost has to be a coin town. Wow, but it's an 8-pointer. Nomad's taking an 8-pointer is good news for us because they're just not our cult competition, so it's fine by me. I am going to take the bridge and assume Chaos does, just anything but hard dig here. Time for Nomads, double hard dig the grain. Nomads have no shipping, right? So yeah, they literally can't threaten this stuff yet, but we'll see. Darklings are still feeling that Act 2. Yeah, I do agree. Darklings are still absolutely feeling their priest power action over the coins power action. And I think it was pretty foreseeable. I mean, I said it right at the time. You can always generate more priests as Darklings to just build up another temple. But if you're not taking coins power actions as Darklings, I think you're almost always doing something wrong. If they're available and you're not taking them, yeah, you should just really question what you're up to. And I think that's I think Simon's played like a really nice game otherwise, right? Like I think he's done some really good things. I think it was very smart of him to take Earth 2 Fire 1. He only built, like 2 or 3 dwellings the next round, so he gave up a couple of points, but then he was able to get so many more coins. Like that was a really good deal to just delay Earth 1. Getting Water 1 here is still, again, it definitely annoys me. There's no reason for Water 1 to be sitting here for Darklings. Nomads should have it. But we're quite a few points ahead of Darklings. Darklings are going to get 2 towns this round. They have a lot of points coming in the last round, probably too. So, maybe that's too much for us, but we'll see. The rest of our round is basically just rush out this town. And then we really want to be ready for when Nomads passes. Because we really want Nomads pass tile. And we're sitting right after them. The downside for us is Nomads could have a really quick round, which would be really unfortunate for us. But they could build a trading post and they could just decide that they're done. But we'll see. And yeah, time to hold our breaths. Chaos Magicians is thinking entirely too long here, which means they might be debating trying to bomb our town. If that happens, I'm gonna be a bit sad, but I've been playing risky here, so it's not crazy for them to decide they have the extra workers to annoy us, but I think it's wrong. He is saying you will hate me. Wow. I think it's bad for him to do this, but he's allowed to do it. He is going to do it. He's going to hard dig that. Wow. So the reason I think it's so bad for him is he really wants another hex to make his other town. And I don't think that's good. I don't think what he did is good for himself, but oh well. I can still make another town up here and I'll get it in the final round. I won't get it in the town round, but it's okay. Given that just happened, that was a pretty big blow to us. I mean, not a huge blow. Like I said, I'm still gonna hit a town. I'll still do other things. It's not like the worst case thing that just happened to us, but it did deny us another like 5-ish points, and we're running a little low on ways to make points. It definitely just pulled us a bit further down. I think Darklings are still the biggest threat this game. So Darklings, I think, are getting all the breaks. Chaos Magicians just hurt us, which I think were Darklings' biggest competitors. I think Chaos, despite them being at a decent points and having an okay game, it looks like Chaos are having I don't think they're doing great on network. I don't think Chaos are directly earning a lot of points. I think Chaos have to do weird things for their towns. They now have to hard dig this hex, which means they don't have that many workers to really expand their network and do a lot in the final round. I could be wrong about all this. We'll see what happens, but I'm not convinced Chaos had the ability to hurt us there very profitably, and I think it might be further shifting the game towards Team Darklings, but we'll find out. My next move is to dig and build this and then make it a trading post, because I'm still going to build these out. By building this stuff out, I still actually have the choice of building another dwelling at some point, and I have a decent network game going on at this point now if I'm going to build that many structures. And so, there's a chance that we actually steal some network points on Chaos or something too if they're not careful about how much they expand. So another option is I could try to advance ship one more time before building and then take Chaos's hex and make my other town through here. But Chaos does just secure this, so never mind that plan. But Nomads are putting incredibly little pressure on the northeast. Yeah, correct. Nomads aren't putting any pressure up here, so that's fine. Nomads are sending a priest to air. I would like to send a priest to air at some point this round, but I still really need to be ready for Nomads pass. So yeah, I gotta just rush this. What would I do here is Darklings. If they make another town, it's 5 points this round, but 1 less next. It makes sense for them to do it, though, and get their economy on the table. Yeah, so if I'm Darklings, I'm 100% just building this town. I agree that like it caps some of your points for the next round, but you just need economy. Like it helps your economy so much, and you get another town now. Plus, you're getting a town while there's still potentially some really good town tiles. Whereas if you wait too much longer, there might not be towns you want. So, Nomad's taking both of the 8-point towns is like a little sad, but I actually think it's a really good result for us. I think Chaos not getting the cult towns is really good because Nomads are just not gonna contest our cults really. I mean, they might try to win air, but I think Nomads are the sort of player that's gonna build like Temple Earth 3 next round, which is just a good result for us. And I think we still largely get 2 wins. We're gonna get, a second or a third here. That's pretty good cults. Again, I think we still have a pretty good game. As long as we get a pass town to the final round, I think we're still doing enough good things that we have play here. Being forced to kind of rush things this round is a bit unfortunate, but it's not that bad. The other thing is we maybe don't need to rush that hard because Chaos Magicians have to complete their 2 towns before passing. It makes no sense for them to pick a pass. Well, I don't want to trust that though, right? Simon is asking if you should go double coin town. I mean, truthfully, Darklings probably should go double coin town, as much as I hate to like say that. He really needs coins, and he at least has Water 1 and Earth 1, and he has network aspirations. He has third town aspirations. So I think coin towns are fine when you have so much stuff. Annoyingly, Chaos goes Fire 2, Air 3. I guess Air 3 is fine. I'm not sure I would have gone Fire 2 as Chaos. I think I might have just made my towns and expanded my economy, but I guess they want to save all their trading posts for the final round as well. Which is fine, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. He just takes lots of priest towns, just going directly for points. He's probably going to send some priests to the cults, so we maybe do have to close stuff out. And now he undoes. That's always really annoying, but he builds a dwelling first. So yeah, I really hate players that utilize the undo in order to do a move that they like to change their move completely. I think it's weird because now like we have an idea about what he wants to do. And so like I don't know, there's weird insight on that front, but it does kind of look like Chaos are aiming for a third town up here now or something. I'm not sure, but Nomads are building their third town over here, which is okay. If Nomads does that, that might mean Nomads network is going to be like 9ish. We're going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have to build, we do kind of have to build this hex in order to have network. So if we are going for network, we don't actually have that many workers. I kind of need to build more dwellings this round, but again, I don't know. We can't do everything, so we'll see. We're also going to have to take a copy of Fire 2 next round in order to make our town. Which is fine. We don't really have anything else to take, and it'll close out Fire Cult. There's not necessarily going to be great towns for us left. If Chaos are going to take the 9-pointers, the only thing we really want is the 11-pointer. But we might be able to get it. Darklings does take another coin town. I think that's reasonable enough for them. I think Nomads are going to send one more priest to air probably before passing. And I would like them to do that because I would prefer to just build this dwelling here. Nomads takes some stuff. You can make the third city if nobody takes your bridge. Oh, for Darklings. Yeah, I mean, Darklings are going to get stuff. I don't know who he's talking to for sure, but it's okay. Still not totally convinced this was great for Chaos, but it wasn't that painful for them, I guess. But yeah. The other reason I hate undo is because like now Chaos are doing this again, and now they're giving power to people at different times and stuff. Like I still really kind of dislike that they added an undo to Terra Mystica. I really would prefer that it didn't exist. It annoys me in many ways, but ultimately it's here to stay, so I can only complain about it so much. Darkling should make Stronghold, is what the chat's saying. Yeah, that's wrong, but it is a lot of points. I guess actually it is like it's a fun number of points for them, but they're not gonna build Stronghold. They're gonna honestly, I think Darklings are hoping for a pass tile, but we're definitely taking Nomad's tile when they pass. At this point, Nomads has a ton of power now, so again, who knows what they're gonna do. The upshot is we have a ton of stall moves too, so I'm okay stalling. I'm not even sure I really want to send Priest to air anymore because it kind of looks like a losing battle. And they're just passing, actually. So I'm going to pass, I think. I have to think about it, but Chaos are ready to pass now. And I don't really want to be trying to outlast Darklings. See, I think I have to just pass, which I don't really want to, but it's okay. We're earning max power, so the real question is if I need another worker production. Because I could convert 3 power to a worker here, or I could just take more coins. I think I'm just going to take more coins. We really don't have that many workers, though, which is not good. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a temple is 10 workers, and I only have, oh my god. So yeah, not building out our economy more is painful for us. Yeah, I'm gonna convert 3 power to a worker. I think I need it, sadly. This town is becoming real expensive. This bridge block is more painful than I thought. It turns out that I was maybe correct. I probably was supposed to advance ship and then build this and then take the bridge. I don't think anybody was gonna bridge block us. I don't think anybody's going to bridge block us. So I probably messed that up. The other question has to be if anybody's going to take this hex, because this is kind of our connection hex now in terms of our goal of actually kind of competing on network. But we'll see. Darklings takes another temple. It has to be air 1, but I'm not sure I would have done that, but I guess they're gonna pass for more coins, and they probably do have enough coins, and so they just want points. So they're gonna build another temple next round, so they can build more trading posts. So air 1's probably fine, and it is air 1. Yep. And now they have 5 priest production. It's pretty wild. Still does look pretty good for Darklings. Darklings getting Water 1 was just such a throw by Nomads. If you're going to take a favorite tile, take Water 1. Us not being on this tile has also caused us a lot of pain, because if we were on this tile currently, if Nomads hadn't taken it from us, then we could have a much longer round of developing our economy. We might have been able to stall out Darklings long enough in order to get Darklings tile. And instead, this game is really kind of unraveled. We haven't done anything particularly egregiously wrong. It might have been too risky to go for this town. I maybe was supposed to settle, or I might have gone for this town in the wrong way. But again, oh well. We're still doing okay this game, but it's definitely become awkward. I forgot that Chaos has a spade coming in too. I'm curious where... Wow. Chaos are going to take fire on us, it looks like. Or at least threaten to, which is also really freaking obnoxious. Like, I guess I get it though. What else does Chaos have to do here? They can't build another temple. So they could send a priest to fire and then take the priest power action in order to win fire. God, that's so expensive, but they're going to do it probably. Oh, God. Not sure network will work for me. Nomads link with G2. Yeah, I do admit Nomads do have a way to still link up their network, in which case I'm not going to beat them. And Chaos have just enough stuff that I don't actually know if I should compete for network either. So we'll see. It's possible we're going to open next round with Fire 2 now. Yeah, I don't know. we're ultimately getting pressure in a lot of annoying ways. I'm kind of surprised by this Priest of Fire. If I was Chaos, I think I would just try to take second place on water rather than trying to threaten fire and not... I guess they have enough priests. Maybe they're just sending one to water still, but... Ultimately, our opponents are taking lines that are definitely a bit annoying to us and are kind of helping otherwise. Darklings is also setting up a really easy third town here that Chaos could have taken this hex and tried to set up their own three town dreams, but instead they've done this. I mean, I guess Chaos are still, like I said, maybe Chaos are going to try to take this range of stuff for a third town. I'm not sure. I don't really know. This game is definitely gone not exactly how we drew it up, for sure. I don't know if we have enough points left either, really. I mean, we passed for 12. We get another 6 from the trading post is 18. We should be able to advance ship 2 more times is 25. That brings us up to 105. We build a town is, call it 115-ish. And then we have some cults. I mean, we're in the like 130s still, so like that's a fine game, but I think both of our opponents are going to be past 130s, so don't think this is going to work out well for us. It does also look like Chaos Magicians was able to stall out Darklings for this tile, so while I thought our main competitor was Darklings, it turns out maybe Chaos did have the oomph to block us and still win. They've done a really good job of just directly earning victory points. They haven't even built that much stuff, so... And they have all their trading posts still available next round. Yeah, it does look like... I might have been misjudging Chaos. I'm not actually sure how Chaos have eked out this many points doing what they've done, but... They have a good enough economy. They don't have any coins for the next round, but... They have... They got a lot of stuff, so... Oh well. It's the same amount of digs to third town there as it is on the right. Chaos gave up on fire, to be fair. Yeah, Chaos didn't actually push us on fire, at least. They did just go for advanced ship. I'm not quite sure why they pushed fire, though, instead of just going on water. But the upshot is I don't think there's any way Chaos can actually threaten us. Nomads are kind of aiming for a town in here, which is fair. The other downside to the fact that we're planning to go for another town is that it does look like we're going to get blocked from any good town. So the new question actually becomes, does the third town even make sense anymore? And it's really painful to ask that question, but essentially the problem is I have to build 2 dwellings. Well, it's only building 2 dwellings I don't otherwise want to build. So that's like 4 points of resources. I'm going to at least get some town that's worth it, but I don't know if I get the 11-point town. Chaos are digging over here. So it doesn't look like Chaos even plans another town, which a bit surprising. I could take workers here. I could just take... Yeah, 0 coin for Chaos is... I mean, I think Chaos are still winning by quite a bit here, though. Chaos are presumably building at least most of these and then passing for a lot. I mean, Chaos are going to be at like 130 at the end of this round at least. And that's probably just too much because they still do have decent cults. I think I do just Temple for Fire 2 first action. That just prevents Chaos from doing any... Well, Chaos still can't build a temple, right? Yeah. So Chaos can't build a temple, so they can't actually threaten it right away. So I think I take workers. Because I do need more workers if I'm going to go for the other town. And I probably should still go for the other town. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the temple. Yeah. I should just take some more workers. Chaos. Okay, so Chaos could double turn. You're all right. I did forget about their stupid double turn. They could send both their priests to fire. That would be annoying, but they could do it. They very well might. Oh well. If Chaos takes the hex they dug, Nomad's network dies. Yes, I do agree that Nomad's like connection plans involves that hex. But no, wait, Simon Darklings is trying to Darklings is trying to help Nomads. Oh my god. Or he's trying to hurt Chaos, I guess. I don't know which, but bleh. I guess to be fair, the network fight is really intense between these players. We're largely out of the network fight, but Darklings is trying to win network, and Chaos does get 2 hexes there if they were able to build that. So, yeah. Oh well. What is this game? This game's a bit wild, but he wants Nomads to beat Chaos on network. Yeah, he does want Nomads to beat Chaos on network. I did forget about Chaos's stupid thing where they could send 2 priests here. Now, to be fair, Chaos choosing to take 4 points from us rather than like taking them from Darklings at this point is, I'm not actually convinced, very sensible. I'm pretty sure if I'm Chaos, like just sending 2 priests to water is maybe more tempting, but I guess this is guaranteed 4 points, whereas this is, I don't know what, but I did forget that they could still beat us. So if they choose to steal fire on us, I'm definitely sad. But they don't. They don't, everybody. We're okay. We continue to be okay. And by okay, I mean we're still 3rd place this game, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Chaos has us beat, and I'm pretty sure Darklings has us beat. I mean, Darklings has also another... This is another 12 points, 16 points... Priest is 24 points. Town is like 30 points. Oh, and that was a double turn from Chaos. Chaos had to build the trading post in order to build the dwelling. That made sense. You should dig twice so I won't go there. You have Earth 1 also. Yeah. Chaos having a lack of coins is actually really biting them this round, because they're going to build another trading post and they're trying to build another dwelling in order to contest network. I am now willing to make the argument that this dig has hurt Chaos's network aspirations and or their coins in order to build this. They essentially they chose to spend 4 coins last round in order to take this hex that they don't need. And now it looks like they're very coin short in terms of building 6-point trading posts. Actually, they're kind of like 7-point trading posts because of Air 1. So I'd like to think that the record maybe still shows that they shouldn't have blocked us, but I don't know for sure, because if we got a town last round, our game's significantly better off too. I'm supposed to undo that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Well, am I going to undo? Well, I already clicked undo. I'm supposed to fire too. I know. I'm sorry, everybody. I used the undo. I am a terrible person. First, I was going to double, but then I realized you could go there also. Gotcha, yeah. So Nomads have been cut off on network, so we're back to the world where I'm probably supposed to build all this crap and get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish network. 10 network beats Nomads 9. Both Darklings and Chaos are significantly ahead, though. I think it's still just too much for us to make up, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think this one's working out for Team Swarmlings, though. Yeah, not abandoning the stronghold was maybe the mistake. Maybe again the bridge timing, but even if all that works out, I'm still not sure we earn enough points. But I guess we still have to wonder how much the wild card kind of threw things off, because Nomads did choose to pass for a 4-point pass tile rather than a 6-coin tile, and they also chose to take a 6-coin. They chose to take a 6-coin favor over a at least 6-point favor. Like, I mean, that combination of decisions still makes no sense, and it hurt us a lot, and it gave Darklings a lot. So it's possible that we just got hit by kind of the wild player more than others did. I don't know for sure. Chaos does build another trading post. They're trying to build another dwelling, surely. I guess they will build another dwelling, but then they're pretty out of stuff to do. I'm thinking I probably should send a priest to air, because I might be able to send another priest to air afterwards, and I don't actually have a lot of use for these priests. I mean, I want to advance ship twice, but there's no way Chaos is messing. Nobody's actually messing with our town, and the only downside to not just finishing our town is that we're losing tempo on towns, but we don't really have, like, we're 4 moves away from towns anyhow, so... Jabba Chung is saying, I bet Simon B wins. Yeah, I mean, I bet you Darklings wins too. I could have told you that a long time ago. I will send a priest to air. I think it's valuable. I think nomads might want to just do it anyhow. I don't know where else I'm sending priests, really, so... There's a small... Oh, there is no air 3 left even, is there? Yeah, there's no air 3 left. Yeah, I'm probably not actually doing anything on air, but... We'll see if Nomads is paying attention, I guess. Nomads should send another priest to air, but if they don't, then we can, and that at least changes up the call points there a bit. We can't do a lot else to impact our points, so... I'm not really sure who between Chaos and Darklings wins. Chaos still does have quite a lot of points. I mean, assuming they get this dwelling out, that's 2 more points is 116, 119, 127... Second place on network still takes them to 139, 143, 145, 150-ish. Yeah, I mean, I think Chaos has won this game. Chaos is still at like 150. I think I was wrong. I shouldn't go there. I don't know where he shouldn't have gone. I hope he's regretting this hex, to be honest, but... Darklings getting a 3rd town without taking fire too is really nifty. Darklings also, oh my god, I haven't paid attention. Darklings are going to hit 16 network this game off of their sanctuary and this start, and then taking all these coin towns. 16 network is pretty nutty. Definitely cool. Their game plan is definitely fueled by a nice amount of leech. Not getting blocked from this town is pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know. They've done some good things. Chaos maybe still did win it. This move has turned out pretty good for Chaos in terms of just getting them 2 towns without only having to take 1 bridge early. I don't know. Our opponents have done some nice things this game, at least. Darklings beat me to the 11-point town. Yeah, I know that. I knew they had tempo on it for a while, which is why I've started sending priests elsewhere. I'm gonna have to settle for like a ship town or some garbage, or a worker town, but I maybe could have pushed really hard to try to win the race to the 11-point town, but ultimately, to be fair, that's what... Wait, did Jabu Chung saying of course not? I don't know what he means by I shouldn't go there. I haven't really enjoyed this player's communication style. He's very vague, but he says a lot, so it's weird. But maybe he's agreeing he shouldn't have blocked. I don't know. I still don't think he should have necessarily blocked us. Us not beating Darklings to an 11-point town here, too, I think is just bad for the table, but oh well. Chaos does send priests to air, so that's at least good news for us, I think. And then now we do just start building out for our town, because we don't have much else to do. It's all Chaos Magician's fault. I mean, the fact that we didn't get the 11-point town tile is the Chaos Magician's fault. I mean, honestly, again, like, the end game broke pretty badly for us when Nomads didn't block Water 1 from Darklings, when Nomads blocked the pass tile from us, when Chaos Magicians decide to block our town. we got hit by the table, and I mean those things can happen, but that does swing the game a good amount, right? Darklings did not really get blocked. If Chaos Magicians just tries to take a hex or two and tries to carve out like their town space up here, Darklings has much harder time making another town. They might even have to take fire 2 or something, but they can't anymore. Whereas as is, Darklings are gonna, again, Darklings are pushing out to 16 network. I mean, it's pretty insane. But oh well. I'm not even sure. Like, this town block does now appear to be on the order. Like, we lost 5 points from this. We have to build some more stuff that we don't really benefit from. So we're wasting like another 4 points of resources. And then we're getting like a 4-point worse town. So this block might have been much bigger than I thought. I think it is more like 12 or 13 points painful to us, which is a lot. It really was a lot. So given that Chaos maybe still are winning the game, though, it probably was worth it to them. I just am not sure they needed to hit us at that point, but I guess they can't know it either. So this is what we get for a risky line. We should know better. Oh well. That was a beautiful round 1 Sanctuary. I mean, Darkling's round 1 Sanctuary was good. It still did work out for them. Being able to take both economy favors was really smart of them. I really like that move from them still. I think that really did help make it pay off even more than I was expecting it to be able to. So yeah, it was fun. Do I really think Chaos are beating Darklings? I think Chaos are still probably beating Darklings. I'm not sure, but like, basically, I mean, let's try to add it up. I mean, Darklings have 6 points, 7, 8, 12. The town is 23. Network is 18, so that's 41. And then a ship advance is 44. And then maybe 2 digs left is basically 50 more points. That's 152. And then, okay, a couple cult points brings them into the upper 50s, whereas Chaos I had calced at lower 150s. So I guess Darklings are probably still winning, but it's not by that much. I don't think, at least. I mean, I'm certainly could be proven wrong very shortly, but Nomads did take Earth 3, as I kind of predicted they would, in order to close stuff out. It looks like Nomads needs to build a dwelling, a trading post, and then another dwelling for their final town, and they can do that. Darklings, I presume, are taking an 11-point town. I don't see why they wouldn't, and they do. I can beat Nomads and Network. Yep, I'm aware. I mean, so the end game plan here is to build this out and beat Nomads on Network. Nobody's going to take this hex on me, so I will at least get third on Network. But I mean, these guys are in the 150s. I'm in the 130s, right? It's like I'm too far behind to win this game by any means, but it's okay. The upshot is nobody did pressure us on water here. We can't actually win air, but that's okay. We at least got first, and a second. It's pretty good cult still for everything that happened. So, town-wise, I'm probably just taking 2 workers because 7 points is best. Or well, no, because I do want to advance. I need to advance ship twice and build this. So I mean, could just take a ship town. I only have 11 coins. This costs 3, and then 2 ship advances. Okay, never mind. I do have the ability to just ship enough. The sad thing is I'm actually going to end this game with like no resource points, which is not the goal of Hordlings. As we saw in one of my other Swarmlings streamed games recently, I scored like 12 points off resources. That's more so what we want to do. Building all of this stuff and having to do it kind of inefficiently is really painful. I'm not even sure this town has turned out to really be worth it. We've sunk so many resources in to get a 7-point town. we. Like, it's not good, but oh well. Looks like nomads are going for connection over third town. I think you see him have 161-ish. Cultists had broke. Just kidding, 157. They really hate you. Yeah, nomads does appear to be going for connection. Although, how are they going to connect? Oh, this hex, right? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, them connecting and for it allows me to not build a dwelling I don't really want to, and whatever. But it is unfortunate that they're passing on a third town, you know. Yeah. I guess they are going to tie Chaos Magicians, so Chaos Magicians are also getting a blow by nomads choosing to go for network over building the town. But I guess network is 9 points then for nomads. So I can't really blame nomads for going for 9 points on network. I could just be sad about it. Oh well, we take a third. We go down the ranking a bit. Maybe we were supposed to just bid more for Darklings. Darklings are really good on this map. Although, again, if Darklings get water 1 blocked, they score at least like, I don't know. That was a 15-point water 1 for them. It's a pretty big difference, I think, if they don't get water 1. Although maybe it's not quite as big as I think, because part of what caused Darklings to take coin towns was taking water 1. And Darklings didn't actually have to push this hard on network this game. So, I don't know. Getting water 1 blocked is usually not that big of a deal. It's meaningful, but it's probably more like 6 or 7 points difference. I'm not sure. Hunter just turned a blue hex to brown. Because I don't know. Apparently they're going, because they're going to connect here rather than here. Did they just miss that this was an option? I'm guessing they missed that this was an option. Okay, whatever. Yeah. We're just gonna take our town. I think I'm just taking a worker town. I don't see a good reason to take any other town tile here. I still can afford to ship twice, which is all I really need to do, so. And yeah, we advance ship twice, and then we stare at whatever resources we have left and throw our hands up and move on from this game is probably what we do. Darklings are just digging this. Darklings is going to build that? Nomads can still build this. I don't know if they know that, although Simon pointed it out. Hunter is sad. Darklings wanted this. I see. Darklings want this hex in order to get their 2 dwellings out. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, because Darklings need that hex because they still have to advance ship with their final priest. Interesting. Yeah, Darklings did need that hex. Huh. Needs a bit strong, actually. Darklings can build these 2 hexes, right? Yeah, he could have advanced ship and then built these 2. I'm thinking Hunter is just missing that this is a connection hex. But if he continues to miss that this is a connection hex, we can at least get third on network still, which, but he did see it, or he figured it out now that got pointed out to him. But that's okay. We don't actually deserve / need network points, so. We don't accept that. I did throw away a free power. I should have known that was coming. I could have burnt a power a while ago. I always talk about that trick and then I like hardly ever actually execute it because I'm too sloppy with my end games when I'm not really caring. So, well, anyhow, team, this was a stream game where we got to watch the other strong players put together very strong games. We watched ourselves get blocked, and it cost us a decent bit. Although I think we might have still just been third anyhow, even if we hadn't got blocked. We didn't do anything too awful, but ultimately our game plan just wasn't quite strong enough. I mean, again, it does turn out we had to spend some awkwardness building this town rather than this town. If we're able to just build this town, we should have like 10 more points probably. So, you know, being at 110 right now would be something, but we do have the ability to probably send a priest and then take another priest action, send another priest, and then temple for heir 2. Maybe, but that sounds like a hell of a lot of work for no real benefit. So I think I'm just going to send this priest here, and then we'll just pass. Darklands did get up to 132 before passing, and they do have a pretty crushing network, and Chaos got blocked down into a shared second. So Darklands definitely do have this game. But yeah. Well, in the end, we wind up losing by a good bit. Chaos are not that far behind, but Chaos choosing to hit us over Darklings looks like it might have cost them the game. It's hard to say. If Chaos doesn't block us, we take the 11-point town. Now Darklings are left with a worse town in the final round, so they're scoring a few points less. We're scoring quite a bit more. If this was just Water 1 instead of Fire 1, Darklings are scoring worse. If we get the Trading Post tile, we're better. If Darklings are in the lower 150s, Chaos are in the lower 150s, and we're suddenly in the low 150s by that sequence, maybe we had a chance, but we probably could have done one or two things slightly better. We maybe still could have eked that town out if we didn't mess up, but I think not having the pass tile in that round might have still just been too much. I don't know. But, oh well. Karma for taking coins round 1. I mean, I think taking coins round 1 was still a really good play by us. I think slowing down Darklings was really important. I mean, Darklings still wound up winning this game. But I think if we don't take coins, I think it could have gone even worse for everybody. So our power action breakdown's pretty fine too. We took 2 spades instead of taking double spade, which is fine because we got coins power actions and we made stuff work. But I turned into a Rania stream and I'm not winning. Yeah, I mean that happens sometimes. Yeah, thanks Ghostly for watching, and yeah, we can't win them all. Just peeking at stuff. Hey, wonder why we lost. We got 7 points from the track, while these guys got a hell of a lot more. we built a temple in round 1, and we built a trading post in round whatever. We didn't build our sanctuary in the sanctuary round. We didn't dig in the dig round, and we didn't town in the town round. So this is also a hell of a lot of the reason why we lost. You can't usually do that. Darkling's got 18 points of leech this game. That's also really good. That's a highlight. 46 points off favors is also just really good. We did at least hit our pastiles really hard, so we did achieve that, but not a lot else. Everything else was pretty bad. So, not that surprising that we're behind, but trying to stream when things go wrong, you get so grumpy. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of grumpy right now, but maybe I'm not that grumpy. I don't know. Ultimately, I mean, this one I'm a bit like sad, but I didn't play that poorly. I'm not sure Chaos should have blocked us, but it was definitely a risk I knew about, and I got punished, and like that happens. Like people should get punished when they're getting risky sometimes. So I took that risk and I lost that. And then we're playing arena, and when you get wild cards in the game, they're gonna do unpredictable stuff, and sometimes you benefit and sometimes you get hurt. I think we were more on the hurt end of the equation this game. And that happens. Yeah, that happens. But anyhow, thanks all who did tune in and watch this one. It was a fun enough game. Looks like we need to keep playing more Darklings and Chaos on this. I should look at Chaos's game quick to break down one more time. Chaos did get really close to winning this game, and they did some things throughout that I wasn't that expecting. I mean, they really delayed their sanctuary, which I usually don't like, but I guess instead of taking early economic favors, they just delayed their sanctuary, and then they were able to take water 1, air 1. So, I mean, the only economic favor they took was Earth 2, which is kind of wild. Darklings actually took more economy favors than Chaos did. But Chaos just built out a lot of map presence. Chaos did get a lot of coins power actions. Darklings won this game with no coins power actions. That's wild. Darklings just had to convert a lot of coins, or had to do a lot of conversions. They got them from coins. They passed for coins constantly. So that's a lot of how Darklings got all their coins this game too, which made sense. There was a lot of coins out there. And then Chaos partly won this game because, yeah, they just smashed the rounds. They built both their big buildings. They did some digging in the dig round. They built Temple in round 1. They made 2 towns. They built like quite a few trading posts late. So yeah, they just did really well off scoring in favors. Both of our opponents have, 70-ish points in scoring in favors, and we only have 40, basically. That usually is a pretty big recipe for disaster. You usually want about 60 at least. I mean, when we added bonus cards, at least then the total gets closer, but we definitely had to do better in some of these categories. Only 9 points on towns is a bit rough too, so. Oh well. Ultimately, that was a game. I'm not sure when I'll stream again. It's possible I'm going to stream yet tonight to another one because this one wasn't super satisfying. But thanks all who did tune in and watched and all that. And I will see you all around.